cease my grandma activities. We're getting serious.
Hello, and welcome to Cheese, a Healthy Fruit, a podcast where two sisters reminisce on growing up in rural Wisconsin. I'm Cydel.
And I'm Jade. Yes, I did just lip sync that whole thing. You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Trixie Mattel, who?
Did you see the video that I sent you of the autism Riz?
The eye contact one?
That guy, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I never understood why people, didn't have issues with making eye contact.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it's really uncomfy.
When I'm talking, I can't look at the person for more than, a second.
Oh, yeah.
I look at the ground and, everything else.
Yeah, I don't know what I was watching, but I think it was, one of those, ID shows or something where they were, saying, oh, you can tell a person's lying if they keep looking up to the left. So I started learning how to look up to the right because I automatically look up to the left.
Oh.
So I trained myself to look the other way. I was like, well, I'm not lying. I just don't want to look at you.
Yeah. I always look down. I always look down first.
No,
and then when someone else is talking, it's just solid eye contact.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you have to show them that you're listening.
Yeah.
I know, I do a lot of this. Mm-hmm. Blink 3 times. Keep staring.
Uh-huh. But that video made me wonder, because, is it because it says, autism Riz and stuff like that, and people in the video were like, oh, your eyes are so what? That.
Oh, my God.
But in the video, he, when he's looking straight at the camera, he even zoomed in and stuff. And he's an attractive person.
Well, yeah, he kind of made it into, a caricature of, you're romancing. You're making it, way different. The vibe is totally different between these two things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was supposed to be, it becomes very uncomfortable and, almost sexual that, I'm staring at you while you're talking to me.
Staring into your soul.
Yeah. But it made me wonder, do people, are they does it attract them that you talk like that?
What? You mean when you're listening, you make eye contact?
Do people
That's
find...
not talking, that's listening.
I'm talking about the whole kit and caboodle.
Oh, okay. They can't look at you while I'm talking,
while
but then
they're
staring
talking,
at you.
they're so bashful. And then when I'm talking, they focus on me so well, or something. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. You're the most popular one out of us, so.
Yeah.
The bar is in hell, though, for me, so.
I don't know. I do know that people stare at my lips.
Well, yeah.
Not to read them, but
They're shiny.
in a
People are trying to
sexual,
figure out if you're wearing lip gloss.
Yeah. It's honestly, I don't know. I feel like lip stuff is not that uncommon.
Yeah, that's what our family calls chapstick or the liquid Vaseline
I use
stuff.
Aquaphor.
Uh-huh.
And it's not that uncommon. I see people with Aquaphor all the time, but then nobody knows what it is.
Yeah.
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 But I think I told all the guys at Rockfest that I think I told them about it because I think they asked.
You just went, hi, I have a skin condition. Please don't look at me.
No. So this year, I think I mentioned it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, yeah." So you remembered that about me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm, like, really nervous for this topic.
Yeah?
I'm not gonna lie. Cydel using the eye contact to get me to keep talking. Also, this is way later. My fingernails are super long right now, okay? You cannot make fun of me.
Your eyes like the monster from the labyrinth?
I have to use the back of my hands. Don't be a dick. I'll go home. I will go cry.
Okay.
Mind your business. Now I'm not going to be able to unsee that. Woo!
What is your topic?
My topic is, well, actually, I wrote it in my notes as though I was pitching a book title.
Okay.
But like an academic book, not like a novel or something. So, the main heading is, how do you know you're gay? Then, when living in a conservative small town.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Yay! And then I put in little asterisks. I didn't know I was gay until I was 20. So that kind of gives you a little preview into how most of this stuff is going to be a hindsight review.
Oh, okay.
Of, that was pretty gay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess I should probably start off. Should we talk about, like, our identities really quick?
I suppose. I thought you were going to quiz me. You were going to be like, are you gay?
No. I figured maybe we should, like, do another, like, not an intro, but, like, kind of tell the people what you're about.
Sure.
The fuck is happening in front of me, you know?
Well, I'm holding my toes.
Oh my god! That's not that weird, actually. I like to hold my big toes with my other feet. My other feet. Oh my god, my other toes.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
See? Like a little chain.
Yes. I think I do that. I do that. Mm-hmm. Also.
My wife thinks it's weird.
When I was having my meeting with my boss earlier today, I was also holding my toes. And I went, I'm going to not do that.
Wait, was it in person or were you on a video?
We were on a video.
Okay, good. I was like, you took your shoes off and you're sitting in a meeting, like, just holding your toes.
No. It was happening right here.
Oh,
but I was like, if I was really sitting in a room with this person, I wouldn't be holding my toes.
Yep.
So I'm going to stop.
Oh, that's funny.
Anyway, hello, I'm Cydel Powers. I'm an alcoholic.
Oh my god.
My pronouns are...
Hi, Cydel.
My pronouns are she, her. And I am straight. Mm-hmm. I think.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm mostly straight.
Oh my god. No, my friend Kenna, she literally... No, okay, I didn't just highlight my boobs for no reason. Also, Kenna does have really
anxiety?
big boobs. So anxiety? No. She was talking with her brother, and both of them... Well, she has two brothers.
Yeah.
But both of, like, them, both Kenna and her brother, have taken, like, those, like, what are you on a Kinsey scale?
Okay.
They are both very straight, and their mother is like, how have I failed you? Like, what did I do wrong?
Yes.
But
their youngest brother or their middle? Okay. Well,
no, their youngest.
Okay.
Their middle brother is MJ.
Yes. That's what I was saying. Why would she be upset with him?
No. No, MJ really said, I got you, boo.
I got you.
I got you, boo. But won't tell anyone their, like, sexual orientation. So I think that's very interesting. As in, Kenna has been going, I want to figure out what's going on here. And I'm like, girl, I don't know. You're going to have to ask him.
MJ, I feel, is almost an intentionally mysterious person.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. MJ has always been an enigma.
Yeah.
Just like, why are you the way that you are? And there's crickets. Like, there's no answer. They asked their mother who was going to take care of them when she died while, like, she was driving them home from daycare. He was in the back seat, looked at his mother, and said, who's going to take care of me when you die?
Oh.
3 years old.
Nice.
That is terrifying.
Well, I was going to talk about the weird things he did to his cat, but...
Oh, that's different,
like putting a sock on her head.
Yeah.
And then I watched him put one or both of her paws in his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not but I guess the who's gonna take care of us when you die takes the cake. You know, this is becoming a we talk about MJ podcast.
I know a lot. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even listen, so that's fucking funny, man. Okay, but I was talking about Kenna.
This is an MJ.
I was talking about Kenna.
Okay.
So, her brother said that he was painfully straight.
Yes.
And she said, I need that on a t-shirt. Because she gives off, like, bi energy really hard. But she is also painfully straight. So the reason I brought up Kenna was Kenna told my wife that she would not be marrying me if Kenna were anything but painfully straight.
Yeah?
Because she said that I would be married to Kenna. She also, every time that we talk about boys, and I'm like, yeah. She's like, you know, if I was gonna be gay, it would be for you. And I was like, thank you. I don't know what to say. Oh, literally one of my best friends. I love her.
Nice.
Yeah. So, about me, my name is Jade Powers. And I am a white woman? Question mark. The woman part is the part that's a question, not the white part. I'm woman adjacent. I'm just gonna say that.
Yes.
Yeah. She, they, all the way.
Yes.
Well, they, she. But who? Who cares? And I'm queer.
Who's on first?
Stop it. Okay. Right now, you're gonna confuse the shit out of me. Yeah. I'm queer. That's how I identify. Okay. So how do you know that you're gay when living in a conservative small town? Cough, cough, it'll take you a little bit if you're like me. So I have split my notes into 3 categories. And since we talk about Cydel a lot on this podcast, which you're arguably, not even arguably, you are the most interesting sibling of the 2 of us.
I suppose because I can't sit down.
Okay, but you're also an extrovert. Not like a full one, because of course you need recharge. But like, I would literally rather growl at a person than talk.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Growling at people?
Yeah.
Okay.
I worked at Country Fest, and I've become unhabituated to the crowds, I suppose. And so, like, we went walking through the campgrounds, and when people, like, came close to me, my immediate reaction, I didn't actually do anything, but, like, my gut reaction in my mind was, punch them.
Oh my God!
I literally, like, there was a guy that came a little bit too close, and, like, I, like, snapped my jaw at him. And it wasn't, like, big, but I just went, why did I do that? I don't know. Like, I was like, you should not be anywhere near me. I'm gonna hurt you because you've walked close to me in a public space in a crowd. I walked into this crowd knowing that there was a crowd here, but I am reacting like
you're invading my space.
Yeah. And I went up to like the front of house structure, and there were like people around it with their drinks on the railing.
Of course, it's a railing.
And they were staring into the. See, now there goes your face.
Just don't look at me.
They were staring into the booth. Why were they staring in whole 90 degrees turned from the stage? They were looking 90 degrees away from the stage.
Yeah.
And staring in towards the sound tech and the lighting tech. And then like somebody took a selfie with the mixer. And it had half of the audio tech's face in it. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? And I left. I was like, this is too much for me.
You were like, I'm going to punch that guy in the face. I need to leave.
Yeah, I was like, this is way too much. And, well, I don't know. It was a problem. It did end up being like, we want to ask for improvements to the front of house structure at the fest grounds because someone spilled their drink in to the structure at the end of one of the shows.
Not good.
And luckily it didn't get on one of the consoles, but
yeah, that could have been like
it almost did.
Expensive mistake.
Yeah. It was super close to the lighting console.
That's scary.
Yeah. They suggested, just like slanted railings so people can't set their drinks on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a good idea.
I would do it.
Yeah.
And then also to make it bigger because when the touring techs put their consoles, they have to go in front and they're on the ground and they can't hear as well or see as well on the ground.
And that just, it doesn't.
So they want another more of a raised platform.
Yeah.
So that they can actually
do their job.
Know what they're doing. Anyway.
Yeah.
What were you saying? Oh, biting people?
Growling. I don't remember why, though.
Growling at people.
Oh, because I'm an introvert.
Yes.
That was quite the tangent.
Uh-huh. Also, I think I did that at Country Fest too.
I growled.
I gave like a little growl when somebody came up to me, and I thought it was one of our house.
Yeah, someone you knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like a band member, and I was like, oh, how can I help you?
You're like, get away from me. Oh.
Yeah. Eek! Again, I'm not sure if you noticed. It was very soft. Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll see. He'll leave a review and be like, that one person, not okay. Yeah. Be like, get rid of them. So, I'm going to kick in with my list here. This is going to be really awkward. I don't talk about myself that much, so bear with me, everyone. So, I split my list into 3 categories. I have, here are the signs I see in hindsight. How did I hide from myself so well? And how did I figure it out? So we're going to start with, here are the signs in hindsight. I never had a crush on a boy besides wanting to be friends. So I always thought, like, when you had a crush on a boy, it was, like, the way that I felt for, like, the people who were my friends always. You know? So, like, I had, like, 2 guy friends coming up from, like, preschool into elementary. And then, of course, at the end of elementary school, like, all the girls were like, oh, my God, I have a huge crush on this guy. Like, he was sporty or whatever. And I was like, okay. So I was like, I guess I have a crush on this kid that I've known forever. Because that's the only answer.
It is super wild how that you always go through a point in your life, unless you're one of the first ones, I guess.
Yeah,
to hit
unless
puberty.
you're the leader.
Unless you're the first one to hit puberty, where you're like, you have feelings for this, you feel how for this person, and it's like how, you've just never had it that feeling before. And then you almost like learn how to find someone attractive.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. That is really weird. Like, that whole process of like, oh, this is what this is.
Yeah.
And like, recognizing this. Mind you, though, I didn't do the actual recognizing until I was 20. And realizing like, oh, I really haven't been actually attracted to the people who I have been with.
Yes.
Until Yeah.
I feel like you told me that abs are attractive via Twilight. You're like, yeah, see, he's attractive because he has...
You know why I told you that?
Because you were also learning that fact.
I literally have something in here later, so hold on to that thought. But no, I was in middle school, and girls were telling me, oh my gosh, it's so hot that guy has a six-pack or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I guess. Like, that must be what makes someone hot. Takes notes. Like, no clue. No clue whatsoever. And the only boys that I ever, like, quote-unquote had a crush on were, like, feminine or, like, softer, less, like, stereotypically, like, masculine, you know? So they were the softer people. And I was like, yeah. I also knew that most of them wouldn't be interested in me, so it was a safe bet to be like, oh yeah, that's the person I have a crush on when I'm talking to my friends. Oh, this is one of my favorites. When I was asked who my celebrity crush was, I would always just say what somebody else had said. So for the longest time, it was Justin Bieber because, of course, like, his flippy hair days, like, everything. And my next note is a quote that I used to tell myself all the time, and I thought this was normal. I'll have him if no one else wants him. I used to be like, oh yeah, I could totally, like, be with him if nobody else wants him. If somebody else wants him, I'd just back away. You know, like you can have him. Apparently that was not normal.
Yes.
Because I was like, oh yeah, I think that guy's hot, but, like, if somebody else, like, goes, oh my gosh, I like him, I'd be like, take him. Have him. Shoo. Yeah. And then another one was that I was only interested in people who were interested in me. So I was never the first one to initiate anything. So I dated 2 boys in high school. They both were ones who said, like, hey, I want to date you. And I was like, okay.
To be fair.
Yes.
I've also done this.
Well,
But I've had crushes on people that haven't. That haven't approached me, you know? Yeah. But the people that I dated have always made the first move. I've tried making the first move before, and they think I'm scary.
Well, you are scary. I feel like that might also be just, like, a people-pleasing thing, though, too. Because I think some of the times when, like, I can think of, for you at least, where, like, it switched into, like, where the guy was like, I want to date you, and you were like, no, thank you, but you still were like, I guess.
Yeah.
It was, like, only because you were like, well, I don't want to lose them as a friend. Like, that was the, like, kind of vibe I was getting from the situation.
Yeah,
that's probably not the thought that was going through your head, but it was more so like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I had, like, an idea where I will give anyone a chance. You know?
I know, this is kind of a icky topic. I'm sorry. I was like, I want to talk about it at one point, but maybe it's because we're doing this at...
Now we're just talking about high school relationships, and they're all kind of gross.
I know. I'm trying to move past. We're moving back in time here slowly. So, also when I thought of, like, a future with my boyfriends, I would always be like, I guess I could handle that. Like, I guess that would be okay. It wouldn't be great, but it would be okay. There was never any, like, oh yeah, I would love to see a future with them. Like, I was always like, oh, I'd really have to put up with that shit that you do right there. Not okay. I only noticed male characters were attractive when someone pointed them out. In parentheses, I put, sorry, Taylor Lautner. I was more of an Alice girly. So, yeah, like, people were like, oh my god, he's so hot. And I was like, yeah, he is. Also, at my elementary school, like, sleepovers, whenever people would be like, oh my gosh, who do you think is going to be the lesbian? It was always me. And I was like, why? I was like, I like boys. How would I be a lesbian? So, yeah.
We never, this is fun. We never talked about your love life when we were younger.
Well, yeah, girl, you're 4 years younger than me.
Exactly. I was going to say that's the reason. Because I asked you for advice.
Mm-hmm.
But like...
And I was not about to overshare.
Yeah, what were you going to tell... What were you going to tell your 12-year-old sister that you didn't even want to talk to? When
you were such a, like, helicopter sister.
Yes.
Whenever there was a boy over, you were like, what you doing? What you doing? You better be keeping space. Like Alex at our wedding, where she was telling all the married couples to leave room for Jesus. That was you. I was like, oh my god, I'm trying to hang out with my boyfriend and be cool. Oh my god. I will not be shaking the bed for you later.
Okay.
You get that right?
Yes,
okay,
I do, and thank you. I thank you for putting me into the bed with you and your high school boyfriends.
That's not what I meant.
Yep.
Cute. Okay. And then looking back at my history and like random things that were definitely gay, I had several girlfriends, quote unquote, that I had a crush on throughout like elementary and middle school. So these people didn't even need to be like my actual friend. Like, I would look at them and I was like, wow, you're like perfect. And there was one point, this is gonna sound so fucking creepy, but everyone is when they're in like 5th grade because you don't know what boundaries are. I took my photos that I took at Bible camp, and I realized that I had taken a ton of pictures of this one girl, like, when we were doing stuff, because I didn't even know about a selfie back then, so I was like, oh, I want to, like, have pictures of what we're doing on my disposable camera, and it was, like, all of this one girl. I was, like, obsessed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is my camp friend. Didn't get, like, her, like, info so I could call her or write her or anything like normal people do at camp. I was just like, oh, yeah, she's my friend. I'm pretty sure she did not know I existed.
Nice.
Because I was just that round, chubby kid in the corner. Yeah, that sounds really creepy of me, and I am so sorry. I am sure other people have done shit like this, but I'm, like, literally putting myself on blast right now.
Yeah. I'm sure. I think there's always, like, somebody that, like, you really, like, idolize at camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But this girl, I was, like, pretty sure I wanted to kiss her.
Probably.
That was probably what was happening at Bible camp. And come to think of it now, when people told me that boys were interested in me, I would get aggressive towards them. Like, I kicked my first boyfriend squarely in the back while we were walking down a hallway one day because I didn't want him to be that close to me. We didn't even date for another year. But I heard he was interested, and I was like,
Wait, did you hit him with a trumpet, or was that a different
as well?
boy?
Yes.
I was that came back,
but
and I was like, I think it was him. That was middle school.
That was the music director's fault.
Oh,
because him and the guy on the other side of me always fucking talked.
Oh,
and I was like, God, I hate this. Make it stop. That might be where he thought that I was interested. I literally just whacked him with a trumpet. Anywho,
Well, it's good.
You played the flute,
at least
so...
he thought of it fondly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hopefully he never finds this podcast. That way he can just still have that
yes
little thing and think I was so interested in him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I have another one here. This is a little growing up like more Christian, more like reserved. Was that I thought I was being like I was just better at like not feeling the urges to like have sex or like sneak out with boys. Like I thought I was just like above it.
Oh my God.
I was like, yeah, I really don't have to do that. So am I like better than everyone? I had friends who would literally sneak out of their house
yes
to go visit a boy, and I was like, a boy? Like, why? Who? I would, no, you're not taking my sleep from me so that I can get in trouble and go hang out with you. That's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just learning I'm really boring to you. You're just looking at me like I'm...
I don't think you're boring. I am surprised that you, like, felt that way about purity culture. Because purity culture never once really got me.
What do you mean?
Like, I never felt the need to go along with, like, being abstinent and whatever else, you know, like, I just never...
I think I was one of those people...
Okay, you go.
I'm interrupting you?
No, you go. I have another thing to say about you.
Okay.
It's probably on there.
I always thought, like, you have to live up to all of that. And of course, I was a perfectionist firstborn daughter.
Yeah.
So I was like, these are the rules that my parents have set out. This is what I need to do. And that was just one of the, like, check boxes on the list of, like, how to be a good Christian girl.
Mm.
That was, like, it wasn't even, like, super enforced.
Mm-hmm.
It was, of course, like, your parents, like, warned us, like, don't do shit that's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
I've always been a rebel.
Yes, you have.
Like...
I am the perfect child who has now turned into the disappointment. And you were the chaotic monster.
Yes.
Who has now become the, like...
something to be proud of?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the child that people bring up. Like...
I suppose.
Like, oh my gosh, what's Cydel doing?
Uh-huh.
They're never like, what's Jade doing? Because they're like, I don't even want to hear this train wreck.
The people at church do ask about you.
That's because I'm not there that often.
Yes.
Because I sleep on Sundays.
Yep. They want you to come to church.
I know
That's
they do.
why they ask.
I know they do.
But anyway, no, I had a thought that it's probably on your list, but I will say it. You told me that PDA is stupid, and you and your boyfriend were like, we don't do PDA, and like, we're so cool and better than everyone else because we don't do PDA, and you were like, you should not do. You should, you know, you're like, yeah, basically like, PDA is stupid, and you should not do it.
Okay, that was not on my list because it wasn't true. This is something where, like, there's that age difference between us. This is when you had one of your first boyfriends, and I know it was.
Yes.
We were sitting down and telling you what not to do. Of course we held hands in public.
Okay.
Like, of course. We were just telling you not to... because you were a little kid.
You're just being bullies.
No, we were trying to protect you. We were reinforcing the stereotypes. Come on now.
Yeah. I don't know if I've talked about,
I also was not big on...
stuff you told me.
I was not big on PDA anyway with boys, but...
Yeah. Again, though, Yeah, me asking you for advice. And yeah.
I'm so sorry.
And you took the opportunity to to do that. But like I think I saw through some of it, but also I took all of it. I took all of it to heart.
Oh, of course. As you should. I am your third parent. The most important one.
Like, oh, Jade's such a great big sister. She picks me up from school and she gives me advice. Oh, man.
Like, listen here, fucker. Don't draw too much attention to yourself. You're gonna get in trouble. You like deflated.
You told me not to kiss beyond a mom kiss, which is a peck.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I remember that.
I remember this day. It's a core memory. I remember sitting in Susie. I remember what the sunset looked like.
Susie was my car.
Yeah, Susie was
by the way.
Yeah.
I remember white Grand Am.
What the sunset looked like. I just picture it so well. And because of this moment, when you told me that there's no kissing, don't let him hold you around the waist because you'll be trapped, and don't hold hands in public or whatever else you said.
No, seriously, the around the waist thing?
Yeah.
That was probably a little bit of me just showing there. Like,
yep.
Stay away.
Yeah, I think you maybe went into like a mini rant where you were like, it'll make you feel like you're trapped.
Yeah.
You will.
Maybe that
you won't be able to move.
Has a little bit of my touch-averse part of me, whatever that is, like ADHD or odd ADHD or whatever.
Yeah.
Where, I don't like people touching me. I think I went a good year while I was in college with no one hugging me.
Yeah.
Except for your parents on holidays.
Yeah.
Because I was like, come near me and I'll karate chop you to the throat. Like, I know, don't touch me. So that was probably where that whole, like, don't let them put arm around you. You'll get trapped.
Yeah.
My bad. You've become a well-adjusted adult, I like to think. Medium well.
You've become a well-adjusted adult, I like to think.
And I like to take credit for that. As I should. It was my doing 100%. You had nothing to do with it. You are not your own being. You are an extension of me as your older sibling.
Oh, man. Okay.
That was all so much a joke. Okay, how did I hide from myself so well?
Yes.
I was very into my faith in my adolescence. So it was really easy to stuff everything into, like, one thing I heard of once upon a time. And, like, yeah. It was super easy for me to dismiss my crushes as jealousy. Like, it's the whole, like, do I want to be her or do I want to be with her?
Oh,
sort of thing. It was like, oh my gosh, this person is so perfect. I just remembered in first grade, I wrote a whole book about one of my friends. Like, we had to write books, like writing sentences. Mm-hmm. It was about a real life person.
Nice.
Who was in my class.
Mm-hmm.
Did not know it existed. Woo! Okay. Wow, that was weird to have rushed back. Okay, also compulsive heterosexuality. Gay was not a thing. There were, like, no gay people in our area. Mm-hmm. The only, like, gay couple that I knew of was, like, there was a girl who was, like, 3 years younger than me who had gay moms.
Oh, okay.
But, like, they were grown-ups, like, and they came from somewhere else. So I was like, doesn't apply.
Yeah.
Does not apply. I was a really good ally. This is super good. I lie. I educated myself on, like, LGBT issues. So, like, I was following, like, YouTubers and stuff. And I had convinced myself so much that it was just so that I could be a kinder person and more understanding. Like, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm just learning things. Like, I was following, like, trans YouTubers discussing their own, like, gender journey. And, like, I was following plenty of lesbians and other, like, people who I'm like, I mean, you can do these things and be straight, but I was also going, that's weird. I also feel like that. Anyway. Yeah. I'm gonna go be straight over here. Okay, so my last point is, how did I figure it out? I came out as bi to my boyfriend when I was 21. And then that kind of helped me open up a little bit more and step out of my comfort zone because I was in college. I ended up actually living with him for a little while. So I had, like, that freedom from the small town that we live in. And, like, got to go and, like, think about things and not be like, your parents are gonna knock on a door. And that, like, got me to consider, like, what I wanted, not the vision that our parents had for me. Because, again, I had that whole, like, I was the firstborn. I needed to do everything right. Everything needed to be perfect. And slowly that fell apart when I realized I did not want to do the things that I thought your parents wanted me to do.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to, like, follow exactly in their footsteps. Like, get your degree. Find someone to marry. 2 years later, get married. 2 years later, have a kid. 2 years later. Like, I didn't want to do that.
Okay, Justine.
That's a throwback, I was going to say. If you don't get that. I literally have a video saved of our cousin explaining what our uncle told her, like, the layout for her life was going to be. And it was like, wait a few years, do this, wait a few years. And it all started when she was like 40 or something.
Well, no. It started when she was like 18. But the thing is that, like, by the time that she was done waiting a few years, she was having children at 40.
Yes, yeah.
Because she couldn't. Because the waiting a few years.
It just kept adding up. I'm sitting over there counting on my fingers like, you have done a lot of this stuff right now, Uncle Robert. So, you have not reached this age.
Yeah.
I didn't want to follow that. And I didn't realize I didn't want to until I, like, had time to, like, be on my own and think about that sort of stuff. So, next thing I did was I was exploring a lot in my early 20s. I got Tinder. I flirted with girls. I did all of the things that kind of led me to, like, identifying as queer. And also more educating myself. And lots of self-reflection is my last note here. So, yeah. I think it's hard when you're in a community that has, like, these are the expectations to go, okay, but I don't fit into those. Yeah. When you know it's not going to be a good thing when you tell someone that. Like, we had people who were in our school who are trans. Yes. And they are still some of the bravest people I know. Like, being a kid gives you balls, too. Like, you will, like, 9 times out of 10, the people who come out younger, they had some experiences because of it. Because somebody had backlash. But a lot of times when you're a teenager, you're like, fuck you. Like, like, you are just an asshole. Yeah. Whereas it gets a little bit harder the older you are, or, like, for me, the more engrossed I was in faith, I was worried I was going to lose 90% of the people that I knew. Because I was queer. Like, I didn't want to fit into that, like, heterosexual normal box.
Yeah.
And I knew a lot of people that we went to church with would not agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit about me, question mark. It was painful.
Yeah.
For everyone, I'm sure you're skipping this, but...
I've learned about you your religious trauma. I never really knew. You said I have religious trauma, and I didn't know what that meant. You know, I didn't know what you meant by that. Because, like,
we grew up in the same,
yeah,
like, setting.
Yeah.
And you just happened to not.
And I mean, I feel like there weren't, like, people that were drilling this stuff into our heads. You know? Like it was around, obviously. We were being told, we were being told the things. We were but it wasn't, like, I don't feel that our church is very extreme. There are other churches that I've attended that are very intense about the way that they talk about shit.
Oh, especially women.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like...
Oh, yeah, no,
so I was like, how did you get... Yeah.
The problem is that I spent a lot of time also in, like, ecumenical settings.
Oh, true.
With people who had those really strong beliefs.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, well, these people must be my friends because we're both Christian.
Yeah.
So I automatically was like, well, maybe they know something I don't. Turns out one of them is also a non-binary person.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, like, we can get out of the, like, mindset of, like, I don't know, I think a lot of, like, my religious stuff led to, like, my perfectionism and a lot of, like, the more neurotic parts of me have come from that. So I think that has just, like, my religious trauma is not just based on being a member of the LGBT community.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not at all. Like, there is other stuff that I had drilled into my personality so much that I didn't realize was not healthy for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was not something that I agreed with. It was something that I just thought I had to agree with. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't say, because our church, like you said, was not super, like, conservative. They were very, like, open and not super, like, pushy about anything. Like, we weren't forced to go to, like, Sunday school that was about, like, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
For forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in order to become a member.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like a lot of it was self-imposed for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I listened to what the people said and I said, this is gospel.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that there are other churches in our area that are way worse, like way further, like, down that line. And I don't know how someone like me growing up in that situation would have done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I identify with a lot of Christians who, or rather a lot of gay people who were, like, ex-Mormon or other things like that, where it wasn't okay for the longest time for them to be who they were, and that they had to remove themselves from that area in order to go, oh, but I'm that.
Yeah.
Like, I had to remove myself to see that it wasn't actually a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
That I am the way that I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Truth time with Jade. I know, we heard about your acting career, and I'm like, I'm gay, and here's all my problems.
Yeah.
I should not be allowed to lead episodes.
Oh, psh. You have to do the embarrassing things so that I can have a break from doing the embarrassing things.
That's fair. That's fair. But again, I'm the introvert in this relationship. Like, I am the one who will growl at someone for coming too close. Mm-hmm. Won't even feel bad about it. So you're the one who's supposed to put yourself out there, so I don't have to. But I guess it's my turn. I'll take one for the team, and then I'll go back to my funny memories that aren't, pointed straight at me. Talking about how I was weird in 5th grade.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that you're thoroughly uncomfortable, Cydel, what is your topic?
My topic is the Wisconsin State Fair.
Yes. The gayest thing I know. Honestly, though, tell me. Tell me about it.
All right. So the Wisconsin State Fair started in 1851.
That is 3 years after Wisconsin became a state.
Yeah. I did all my research and then came to that realization.
Really?
Yes.
The only thing that I hear whenever anyone talks about Wisconsin is Wisconsin became a state in 1848.
Do you every time that we say Wisconsin on this goddamn podcast, you think Wisconsin became a state in 1848? Are you kidding me?
Maybe not every time, but most of the time, yeah.
Oh, man.
I know when you post this idea to me.
I do not want to be in your head. Wow.
When you post this idea to me, I was like, okay, I guess. Just kidding. I was all for it. Talking about growing up in rural Wisconsin.
Became a state in 1848.
Yes. So 3 years after that, we had the first state fair.
Yeah, and that makes the state fair 173 years old.
Holy shit.
Yes.
It's almost 200 years old.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to live to see that.
200, yeah. I hope so. So.
We can live to
oh my God.
2051, right?
Even wow. Yeah.
You'll be 49.
Let's imagine,
you're gonna be okay.
Imagine that.
I'll be in my 50s.
I'll
be the same age your parents are right now.
Imagining like the 2040s and 50s. Mm-hmm. It's too much for me. I can accept that one day we will be in the 2030s.
Girl, that's coming up fast.
Yes. But I've accepted those dates, but I will not accept 40 and 50 yet.
That's fair.
Thank you.
Our parents, though, I don't know how, they grew up like 70s and 80s. I don't know how the hell.
Make the switch back to 0?
Well, I don't know how they went, oh yeah, we'll see the year 2000.
I mean, honestly, it bothered people.
Yeah. Well, that was mostly because they thought all the computers were going to just, like, explode and not work anymore.
Yeah, but there would have been doomsdays. There would have been doomsdays surrounding the year 2000.
Oh, I'm sure.
If computers were not around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just wouldn't have been as popular.
There would have been. So the first state fair was in Janesville, Wisconsin.
Oh.
And it moved locations every year. It was also in Milwaukee, Madison, Watertown, and Fond du Lac. Rotated every year.
I was going to say not all that first year.
No.
Okay.
Those were the different places that they were. Okay. Because they were rotating for a period of time. They have, at the State Fair Park, their permanent location, that has been open for 132 years.
Holy crap.
So, yeah.
Took them like 40 years to settle down.
That's wild.
Hey. Leave them alone.
When I was doing my research, it felt like it was shorter period of time than that. Anyway, I don't know, 70 and 30 just seemed closer in my mind. So, the state fair is now held at the beginning of August. This year it will be August 1st through 11th.
I'm checking the date, the day of that. Don't mind me.
The first day is a Thursday, I believe.
Thursday to Sunday. The following Sunday.
Yes.
Okay. That seems pretty standard.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, starting on a Thursday, ending on the Sunday.
Yes.
They just put a week in between the normal. Yeah.
I was doing my research and I was surprised that it was that short.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, the state fair happens all summer. Why did I think that? Why would it happen?
There are fairs all summer.
I guess Renaissance fairs, they're every weekend in the summer. So maybe that's where I was thinking.
Maybe, but not everybody.
And I knew that. Yeah, I knew. I mean, I'm like, well, honestly, a fair takes so much energy and people and
oh God, yeah.
It's such a huge thing that it wouldn't be sustainable for an entire summer.
No, not every single day.
Yeah.
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 That'd be way too much.
Yeah. There'd be, I mean, the vendor, they'd be switch out vendors all the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like it'd be sparsely populated if it was the whole summer.
Yeah. It would be pretty much a very big letdown.
Yeah.
Because you'd be like, okay.
Yeah, I could go to it multiple times throughout the summer, but there wouldn't be very much to do.
Yeah, it might be like the America-themed fair that came to Gießen when I was in Germany.
Yeah.
It was really fucking weird, man. I had a corn dog, but instead of, the cornbread they put around it, it was a fucking waffle. It was delicious.
Oh, was it?
They crisped it. Ugh. So good. 10 out of 10.
That sounds good. Well, when you said that, it gave me the connection of sausage corn dogs, which are terrible.
Oh.
The breakfast corn dogs.
Yeah,
it's
the
a sausage in a pancake. Ugh.
Yeah.
So bad.
But I would also like to state that one of the kids that came from one of the other people who came from my university broke his arm on one of their shady-ass rides because it was like a Ferris wheel, but the thing spun all the way around. The car you were in was a circle, and the carnies would fucking get a running start from one end of their platform to the other, grab onto your cart while you were going, and spin the fuck out of it. Yeah, so he had his hand in the wrong spot, and it got stuck.
Ooh.
Not stuck, but he broke it in his arm.
I'm surprised the way that you're describing it. I can't imagine this boy's arm not being severed. It sounds very, very aggressive.
It ended up getting whacked into something.
Okay.
But it's not like he was going 1,000 miles an hour.
I'm imagining his arm was on the outside, and it got caught and just.
No, I think he had his hand in the wrong spot, and the rest of him kept going until that snapped, and then his hand
so
let go.
He slammed into a wall or something. Okay,
but it was clearly within reach of the ride.
It was not two metal
should not have
things,
been there.
Converging over his body part. It was him hitting into a metal thing.
Yes, and then he was the resistance. He wasn't getting sandwiched between things.
Okay, that sounds much better. All right.
That's a much preferred way to break a bone.
Well,
yes.
I was imagining. I was like, how did he break his arm? His arm was torn off. So, yeah. In the 1850s, the first fair was held in early October. Yeah. So the dates have changed over time. It's slipped back. Went from October to September to August.
But October makes more sense because of harvest season.
Yes.
Because they do a lot of showing of vegetables and crops and animals, and that's easier to do if you're at the end of your season.
Yeah.
And instead of being like, oh, I have to start these early.
Yeah.
And pray that there's no frost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do have fairs, like, it is interesting that it happened in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
There's no school in the summer.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's 90%.
Yeah, but, like, yeah. Yeah, I understand why they're in the summer.
And there was no school in the summer because kids had to help in the field.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, in the 1850s, the fair, should I say festival? The fair was 2 to 4 days. Mm-hmm. Now it's 11.
Yeah. So it's grown a little bit.
Yeah. Admission in the 1850s was 10 to 25 cents.
Oh, that's kind of pricey.
Mm-hmm. It was interesting, actually, when I was looking at it. I don't remember which decades it was, but I was like, they have the history by the decade. And it went from like 25 up to 50 cents. And then, like, for one decade, it just dropped down to 25 again. Maybe it was the 30s or something.
Oh, that would make sense. Oh my God. During the Great Depression, they said, we should probably give these people a break.
Yeah, we can drop the admission by half.
Yeah. I was just thinking that's weird, though, because, I mean, I guess, I don't know what the admission is now. I'm sure you're going to tell me. But, like, I'm thinking about, like, Nickelodeons, you know? Like, you would see a movie for a nickel.
Yes.
So, like, what? That's, like, 5 times the price. Though, I mean, I guess, like, I don't think, because right now movies are, like, about, like, $10, $12, depending on where you're going. So, like, $50 for entrance into the fair. Maybe it's not the same.
But also, was that necessary? You know, also, like, movies, also, it's not a whole day experience. You know,
right.
One. And then also, like, I don't know, you know, how much were movies at that time?
Yeah, like, how long, too, and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
They were a nickel, by the way.
Yes.
When movies started coming out.
I know, but, like, when these timelines matched up, were movies still new, or were they 10 cents now?
Yeah, I guess. All right, I'll have to look it up.
Okay.
Specifically movies. Nothing to do with Wisconsin.
Today, the admission is $14 to $18.
Inflation's crazy.
I think it actually has doubled since, like, the this is the 2000s.
Yeah, well,
it's doubled.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. We
don't have a handle on this free market system. I hope they'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
That was the biggest eye roll.
This is my disappointed in capitalism eye roll.
Yes. We'll figure it out. Or we'll all just burn.
Yes.
Whichever comes first.
So, the fair started with agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
In 1951.
Oh my God, you just jumped 100 years.
No, I said it started with ag. I'm starting at the beginning.
Girl.
Okay, let me give you... You said we
were in 1850.
What? What did I say?
You said we were in the 1850s. Price was 10... Well, no. 10 to 25 cents. And then you said, in the 1950s.
Oh, shit. In 1851.
What?
I meant 18.
Oh!
I meant
Woo! Okay, I was like, girl, we just jumped over 100 years.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about some highlights.
Okay.
From the history of the State Fair.
Okay.
In 1851, popular features included a 200-pound squash.
Oh my God, what?
And a quarter-acre plowing competition with teams of horses and oxen.
Bring that back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to be the person who volunteers their field.
They could just do it in the middle of the racetrack. Plow the middle of the racetrack.
No, girl. I want free labor. I don't care that people are going to be trampling all over.
Oh, hay rides out to your field.
Themed. You know?
Yep.
You're like, oh, get on the cow tractor.
And let's go watch the plowing competition.
Yeah! I think people are much more into, like, seeing the animals and riding rides now. Continue.
I don't know. There are people that could be into it. You know, actually, we could just do that here. We don't need the state fair.
No. Fuck them.
You know, I'm learning that agritourism is a very cool and profitable thing. And I've always been like, what if I had the corn maze? Mm-hmm. So I think I have a future of
agritourism.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're like, why would I pay for yours when I could just make my own?
I'm going to...
I will totally blow yours out of the fucking water.
I'm going to have, in 20 years, hay rides from the fairgrounds. From the fairgrounds to our farm. Mm-hmm. And then they will watch me plow.
Just you. Not a competition anymore. It's just you.
Oh, I could have a competition.
You could get the local Amish people to compete with you.
Yes.
The Amish are, like, the best cheap labor in the area. Because they're going to get that shit done.
Uh-huh. So now...
Uh-huh. Anyway.
In the 1860s, farm equipment was added. It was the big thing that was at the fair. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Were they, like, trying to sell it, or?
Yeah, they had. Okay. Well, I mean, it's just like today when you've got. I think it was not. My numbers are probably wrong because I'm doing this from memory because I didn't write it down. Like about 100 different pieces of farming equipment from 20 brands. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So it's like they want to show off their item. Like Grandpa at the tractor pull with the case. I think it's tractors. Mm-hmm. Testing them to see how good they are. And then also showing the people how good their tractors are.
Yeah. They're like, oh my God, I know.
Yeah. In 1873, it was the first year of Holstein cattle judging.
Oh.
And that year, the mayor of Milwaukee requests that all stores and schools close so that the citizens could go to the fair.
That was cute.
Yeah.
That was cute of him.
Yeah.
That's nice.
1892 was the first year at the State Fair Park. This facility featured a 6,000-seat grandstand, a racetrack, and exhibit buildings. Mm. In the 1900s, there were a lot of new buildings added, as well as electricity.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's nice. They got fancy up in there.
Mm-hmm. 1910, this decade was all about transportation. Air, automobiles, motorcycles, and more.
Air?
Yeah.
Did they have hot air balloons?
I don't know.
Oh my God, that would have been so cool. Do they have hot air balloons at the fair right now?
I don't think so.
Damn it.
I don't think so. I saw a hot air balloon recently.
Really?
Yes.
In the wild?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like near our property.
Wow. Are they lost? There ain't nothing around us here.
Well, you gotta have a field to land in, and there's those.
Oh my god. You can't just land in somebody's field.
Yes, you can. I learned something from listening to And That's Why We Drink, that hot air balloons, you can't actually really control them.
No, you cannot.
So you land where you land, and you will land on someone's private property, because that's how it works. You just have to try to aim, and try to, like, by aim, I mean, like, strategically, like, lower yourself into a spot that seems safe to land in. And it's gonna be somebody's private property, and there's no way that you could inform all the people that you're gonna be landing in their property, So it seems like a very dangerous thing. People come out their houses like, "What the fuck are you doing on my property with your hot air balloon?"
So many rednecks who would start shooting at it if it landed on their property.
So
maybe they should get a really big no trespassing sign and put it over their property. That should be their corn maze.
In these places where they have, like, hot air balloon, competitions or whatever, races, I don't know what they do. Where they have all the air balloons at the same time. The people in those, this must be the only place where people actually know that they're going to be airplanes. Hot air balloons. I
ain't never seen an airplane before.
Well,
and if I see
landing
one,
in your yard,
I was gonna say, if I see one landing in my yard,
bought the farm.
I'm calling the police.
As you should, because there has been
a terrible accident. Yes, something is wrong.
But anyway, these must be the only people that actually know the fact that there are going to be hot air balloons landing in their property, and I wonder if they have, like, competitions, or they brag about it, like, I had a hot air balloon land in my yard. But there are so many hot air balloons that it's probably not a flex. The 1920s was a decade focused on fun and tasty traditions. 1924 was the famous cream puff's first appearance.
No fucking way.
Yes.
Has it been 100 years of the cream puff?
Yes, it has. And that is going to be a topic later on.
Oh, good. Okay.
We'll discuss the 100th year of the cream puff.
Okay, good. Oof. I was going to say, if they try to skate over that, they are wrong.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
On December 11th, 1939, the 7th NFL championship was held in front of the grandstand.
Wow.
Yes.
The 7th.
7th.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Back at the time when there was, like, 3 teams. Yeah. The Packers, the Bears, and another one.
The other one. Some people think those are the only 3 teams. The Packers, the Bears, and then the other one.
Yeah. I don't know what the 3rd team in the NFL was. I just know that the Packers and the Bears were the first 2.
I didn't even know that, so you just illuminated me.
Well.
Oh. That's the ray of light coming from heaven.
Remember when you had the thought of talking about football on this podcast and you went,
it was too much. It was too much. I started researching. I was like, oh my God. I would have to write a dissertation. And ain't nobody want to hear me talk about that. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe. When you ask me questions.
The 1940s, World War II, and Wisconsin's centennial celebration were the focus of this decade. So they had World War II stuff. And then they had
Wisconsin's 100
and then they were also
old.
like Wisconsin. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
okay. This is fun. In 1952, replicas of ancient Roman chariots raced on the track over 4 days of the fair.
And they don't do that now?
I know! Where are the chariots?
Yeah! Authentic replicas are what I want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Authentic. Yes. Authentic replicas?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Why are you saying it like that?
Authentic replica?
Yes!
Is an oxymoron.
I mean time accurate ones.
Okay.
Accurate replicas. You're an oxymoron, Jumbo Shrimp.
I don't see how these ones weren't accurate.
I don't want anyone adding extra bells and whistles. They gotta use wood for everything.
Okay.
Wooden axle. Wooden nails.
Wooden horse. Also in 1952, the 5th Army troops stage a mock battle before the grandstand each morning.
What?
Yeah, isn't that wild?
They brought war to you.
Yeah.
And then said, the chariot races are coming up next.
It's like the Civil War reenactments, but it's probably World War II reenactments.
Which is...
Only,
it's too soon. I'm just going to say that.
A decade after.
Too soon.
In 1969, the kids from Wisconsin performed for the first time.
Oh my goodness. Okay, do they tour like everywhere?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, I thought it was so niche.
Is what?
I mean, around the state of Wisconsin.
Around this, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They go to every person in the kids' hometown.
Makes it. Okay.
And then they also have other schools that they go to.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense why I only saw them a couple times.
Yeah.
Because only a couple kids from our school had
Yeah, but now I don't think... I think that we are now just on the roster. Yeah. Our school is on the roster. Yeah. And, like, they're hosted by show choirs.
Last thing I knew, one of my...
when they go to...
Yeah. Last thing I knew, one of my
but then they also have
classmates ended up being, like, almost like the band director for them.
Yes.
But now he's, like, over the age, but he can also participate as an adult. So I'm not sure if he's still participating.
I feel like he's still probably connected to it in some,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty sure he's a high school band director, so he's affiliated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... But anyway... I mean, and maybe that could be also why. It could be him, or part. I don't know. Him and our show choir director, reaching out to them every year and saying, we would like you to be at our school.
Yeah.
Perform here.
That could be, yeah.
Yeah. And if you don't know, the Wisconsin State Fair is like the kids from Wisconsin's home
base.
Yeah. And we will talk about that later. In 1972, the iconic snowflake logo was created. This logo symbolized the year-round use of the State Fair Park. Cute. It's got, like, different colors to it. Mm-hmm. Like the seasons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look it up. Google it.
But there are 6 colors.
There are 6 colors in the rainbow. Unless you're doing the Biv one.
It's not.
Yeah, I see it.
I mean...
It's the transition colors.
Yeah. In 1919.
Are we jumping back in time?
No. We're now to 1986. But I'm just... You haven't been paying attention to the dates I've been saying. I don't either.
I have been paying attention.
Oh.
We were just in the 60s.
Yes. We went to the 70s first. 69, 72, 86.
Okay. You just said 1919.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I did not
swear to God, listen back.
No. I didn't say 1919. I was saying 19. 19. I was saying, yes, we are in the 1900s.
Girl, that did not come across.
Both of my 19s I meant to symbolize 1900.
Okay.
Yes, that's what that was happening in my mind. 1986, the Racing Pigs made their first debut.
I love the pigs.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I love the pigs.
I want a shirt. I want a shirt, and that's all that it says. I love the pigs.
They should make those. That should be their merch.
If they haven't already, yeah.
Yeah. I love the pigs. In 1989, the Belle of Wisconsin, a 40,000-pound block of cheddar, concluded its nationwide promotional tour at the state fair.
Wide promotional tour of cheese.
The Belle of Wisconsin. Isn't it wild?
How heavy was it?
40,000 pounds.
What?
Man. And when I initially read The Belle of Wisconsin, it sounds like a beauty pageant. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. But it's also like Baby Belle.
Yeah.
Once you read it, but yeah. The Belle of Wisconsin, 40,000 pound.
First, my brain went to like a cow or something. I was like, holy.
Oh, that
fuck.
too.
Like, wow, that would have been real impressive.
It's a huge cheese. In 1992,
Okay.
the 100th year celebration of the current location featured a time capsule and a time capsule. Process that information right now. They were obsessed with time capsules in the 90s, though.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, let's make a time capsule. Okay.
Oh, we made time capsules at daycare, too.
The Grandstand Entertainment featured Huey Lewis.
Ooh.
And the news.
Was the news there? I was just gonna say!
Let me try to read my notes. Billy Ray Cyrus.
Achy Breaky Heart?
Yeah. The Stalter Boys. The Beach Boys. Alabama. Garth Brooks. World Championship Wrestling. And professional boxing.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. In 2011, once we got to the 2000s, I went, this is too current.
Yeah.
And so I don't, like the things, like it wasn't the plowing the fields and the chariot races anymore. Like, I was like, oh man, this isn't kitschy. This is just
normal
stuff that I would expect to happen at the state fair.
What happened in 2011, though?
But in 2011, the Guinness Book of World Records certified largest cream puff is assembled at 7.5 inches tall and 38 inches wide and weighed 126 pounds.
That's hard to do with puff pastry.
Yeah.
Wow.
How would they fry it in? Right? Cream puffs are fried, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, what'd they fry it in?
I don't know, girl.
A huge pot.
Just had to keep turning it. That's why it was only 8 inches tall.
38 inches wide.
They had to keep going like this.
Yeah, there you go.
They just kept rolling it like a hamster wheel.
That's why it got so wide. Yeah.
That's nuts.
In 2023, the first ever Ag Discovery Day invited local students to interact with Wisconsin agriculture.
I thought that was happening.
I think that their discovery things they've had their exhibits. They've had exhibits for longer than a year.
Yeah.
But they must have had a
designated day.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. founded the Ag Discovery Day.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2024...
We're there.
Yeah.
Well, in August.
The original cream puff celebrates its 100th year! So now let's talk about attractions.
Excuse me.
What?
Are they doing anything for the cream puff?
We will get there.
Okay.
We will get there.
Are you talking about current attractions?
Yes.
Got you.
We are now going into
what the fair has to offer this year.
2024.
Okay.
We are here to help you kick off your planning, your trip to the Wisconsin State Fair.
God, Discover Wisconsin should really hire
on
us.
August 1st through 11th. Let us take a trip to the main stage.
Let us trip.
So, the performers that you will see on the main stage when you go to the Wisconsin State Fair.
Because you're fucking going.
And you need to buy tickets to these before the event because the tickets to the main stage events are sold beforehand.
Oh, okay.
They will probably be sold out because they're so awesome. All right. Thursday, August 1st.
Uh-huh.
We have Gabriel Iglesias.
Oh, fluffy.
Yes.
Okay.
Friday, August 2nd. TLC with Jordan Sparks.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
I am not.
My, 2000s, brain is, melting right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
On Saturday, August 3rd, Young Gravy with Nikki Yore. Sunday, August 4th, Brothers Osborne with Sarah Evans.
Wow, that's another one.
Monday, August 5th, Casting Crowns with Torrin Wells.
We know them.
Yes, we know them.
Not personally, but I have an album.
Yeah. Yes. They have a pretty varied selection.
Mm-hmm.
Easy to do when you have 11 days. Tuesday, August 6th, Kids Bop Live 2024.
Are you kidding me? We have to go.
No. We don't.
Why not? Kids Bop Live 2024. Why are you making that face?
I don't really want to see Kids Bop on DVD.
I always wanted to be a Kids Bop kid.
Did you?
Did you not see them in their commercials? They were always so cool with their plain t-shirts and jeans. They were swaggering out. And I was like, fuck yeah, I could dance like that.
Yeah.
I could not dance like that.
I mean, they were cool. But I'm an adult. And it doesn't appeal to me.
Okay. Fancy pants, Rich McGee over here.
I went to Shrek, the musical. Uh-huh. And I was culture shocked by how many children were there. And I don't want to have an experience like that again. And also, I would know at this point, now I know that this is just for kids. And I can't say, oh, this is my favorite musical and my friend is in it. And, I have no explanation other than I just wanted to watch Kids Bop with a bunch of kids.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't. Yep.
I could see how that could be creepy, too.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what's happening on Wednesday the 7th?
August 7th, Riley Green with Avery Anna.
Do I know these people?
I don't.
Okay. We share brains, so.
Thursday, August 8th, Charlie Barons.
Oh my God. Should we mention it?
What?
That you were on there.
Well, of course, I've called into the Bellied Up podcast. Who hasn't? Friday, August 9th, Lauren Daigle with Andrew Ripp.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I know Lauren Daigle, too.
I know, too.
I have her CD.
Yeah.
Saturday, August 10th, Foreigner with Melissa Etheridge.
What about the 11th?
The Happy Together Tour.
What?
Okay, the Happy Together tour returns to the state fair with a perfect mix of well-known and new acts to play countless hits.
We're happy together. Is that what that's from? Ba, ba, ba.
Sure. I mean,
there's a peace sign on
it. It's probably in reference to that at the very least. I don't know. I've never heard of this before.
Yeah. Maybe we're uncultured. Maybe we don't go to the fair enough.
We don't.
I don't think I've ever been, actually.
Can confirm.
I've only been to the Wisconsin State. Yeah, you and Grandma and...
The Wisconsin State Fair?
No, the Minnesota State, my bad.
Oh, I have not been to the Minnesota State Fair.
We went with a youth group.
Ah.
I think you were too young.
Now, that is the main stage.
There's
Get
more?
your tickets now. There are more. There are many stages.
Oh God!
At the Wisconsin State Fair.
Listing everything?
No.
Okay, good.
Because it would take forever. But Bank 5-9 Amphitheater. Kids from Wisconsin plays on this stage every day of the fair.
Oh my God! Really?
Yes.
Holy shit!
This is the Kids from Wisconsin stage. They have
11 days?
They have 2 performances every day.
Wow.
Yep.
That's cuckoo.
So let's talk about the headliners on this stage. On Thursday, August 1st, Journey from the Heart.
Okay.
On Friday, August 2nd and Saturday, August 3rd, Here Come the Mummies. Sunday, August 4th, Los Primos de Durango. That actually might not have been terrible.
We took German in school, not Spanish.
Yes. Monday, August 5th and Tuesday, August 6th, Herman's Hermits, starring Peter Noon. No one? I don't know. Yeah. August 7th, Hairbangers Ball.
Oh my God, your uncle's gonna be there for sure. For sure. That's all he listens to is hair metal.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in the car with him?
No.
Okay.
No.
I went to school in Milwaukee, so yeah. I was 30 minutes away from them, so.
August 8th, 2 Hype Crew. August 9th, Gaelic Storm.
Oh.
I do sound cool. August 10th, Mackenzie Porter.
Not me.
And August 11th, not you.
I don't know that one.
Oh. Okay.
Not on me. That's what I meant.
Okay. On August 11th, Pat McCurdy. We also have on some other, performers. I'm going to talk about them that have, a couple of spots during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to talk about these. We've got Divas Through the Decades. We've got the Holy Rockarollas. The opening ceremonies happen at this. We have the Cleverleys. We have the Wisconsin State FFA Honors Band and Honors Choir.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. They are on August 10th and 11th. They perform in the morning. And then we've got on August 8th at 11 a.m. the Celebrity Cream Puff Eating Contest.
I'll be there. I'll be there. It's a Thursday, but I'll make it work.
Yeah.
Who's the celebrities?
I don't know.
God damn it.
So that's a Bank 5-9 Amphitheater. It seems like, honestly, the place to be.
Mm-hmm. There's a wide variety of things that are going on there.
Yeah. And, free. Ooh, this stage is free. Yes.
Nice.
Presented by Lining Kugels.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Linies.
Yes. Yes, I do remember. I didn't stop to watch Kids from Wisconsin, but I did. I was on the Sky Glider once, and we went over them while they were performing. I went, Kids from Wisconsin. I had already seen their show. Mm-hmm. And then we have several vendor stages throughout the fair where you can hear free music, free live music from local bands.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. And there were many of them. So honestly, yeah, just look around.
Yeah. Hang out, enjoy the music.
Yeah. Some other entertainment that we have. Cirque at the Fair. Canine Sports.
I love it.
That one has like diving, right? Is that what they call it?
Where they're like jumping out or something into a pool, I'm sure.
They have agility. And then they also have police canines presentations. Yes. They have a milking parlor. Saz's Racing Pigs.
Yes. There they are, my beauties.
As well as several street entertainers that you must keep your eyes peeled for because they're walking around.
Yeah.
This is an interesting place. The We Energies Energy Park. It has interactive games about electricity and natural gas safety. It has a garden that you can go into and look around. It also has its own like stage where there are several shows, including raptor shows and gardening tips.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, they got a lot of stuff at this fair. Oh, it's almost like it's a state fair.
Yeah. Honestly, to be completely honest, I've been to the state fair, and I haven't done most of these things.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just learning now.
Because there's just that much to do.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's why it goes on
for 11 days.
Yeah. A week and a half.
Yeah. There is also the family variety stage, where you can see variety shows, like magic shows and things like that are like family oriented.
Yeah.
And the Wisconsin Products Pavilion, which is indoors, and you can see products like agriculture products and things like that in the Products Pavilion. Let's talk about food briefly. I can't dig too far into it.
I was just going to say we don't have another 3 hours.
But let's talk about the Sporkies and the Drinkies. This is a competition.
Okay.
For all of the food and drink vendors. To create next level foods and drinks. Worthy of mouth-watering Instagram pictures.
Oh.
And with refreshing options for fairgoers of all ages. The winners of the Sporkies and the Drinkies will be determined before the fair starts. At this time, we have the finalists.
Oh.
So, the finalists of the Sporkies are Cool Ranch Doritos Pickle, or the Cool Ranch Doritos Pickle, Deep Fried Lemon Bites, Dirty Chai Cinnamon Roll Lumpia, Elote Corn Ribs, Elvis Nachos, Hot Ham and Glazers. And honestly, that picture is really good, but I didn't see the ham when I first looked at it. Honestly,
the ham off, it looks yummy.
Yeah, picture-wise,
cheese and a glazer and jam.
Yeah, picture-wise, that if we're going for Instagrammable, that's got to be my pick for the most Instagrammable.
Yeah,
it's got the best picture.
It's also shiny.
It is. Now, loaded baked potato churros.
Oh.
And Rise and Swine, which I don't really know what it is. I could tell you. Brioche-based waffle. Waffle is topped with Camp Bar's classic vanilla custard, a drizzle of Wisconsin maple syrup, gooey caramel sauce, toasted crunch bits, and a dusting of powdered sugar, and 2 sausage links.
I was just gonna say, where's the meat?
So it's a waffle with sausage. Mm-hmm. Okay, and like
that makes sense.
Oh, and custard
breakfast thing.
Yeah, I mean it sounds good. Mm-hmm. For the drinkies, we have the Fairway Fusion glazed donut coffee float, which sounds so good.
That does sound really good.
Purple pickle lemonade, which looks really nice and also sounds pretty good. Mm-hmm. And the tropical sunset. You can find the winners of the Sporkies and the Drinkies because they will have in front of their booths a 13-foot golden spork or Drinky statue.
So like a cup?
Yeah, either a cup or a fork.
13
spork.
feet tall.
13-foot tall, yes, statue.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That is like, wow.
Steer yourself towards the giant golden spork.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, use that as your, like, area where you're going to meet all your family later.
Yes.
Say, meet up at the spork.
Uh-huh.
So we can eat this food when we're tired of wandering around.
Yep. So, now, next thing. Cream puffs. All right, I have another page I want to pull up.
Please talk about cream puffs.
This year, the original cream puffs is taking it up a notch, releasing brand new limited edition flavors throughout the 11-day run of the state fair. So we've got, for the first 3 days, the root beer float. The 4th through the 6th, raspberry cheesecake. The 7th through the 9th, English toffee. 10th, chocolate birthday cake. And the 11th is a birthday cake.
Like regular birthday cake?
Regular birthday cake.
Oh my goodness. How do I get to the state fair all those days?
Well, we only really have to go like 4 or 5 days.
The root beer float. The first 3 flavors I need to go and have. The birthday cake ones I could do without. But I need to have the raspberry cheesecake, right? Raspberry,
yeah.
The English toffee.
That does sound good. Mm-hmm.
And the root beer float. Mm-hmm. That sounds so good.
Yeah. And don't you worry, because original cream puffs will be available all 11 days.
Good.
It's not going away.
Mm-hmm. That would suck if they're like, we only have the flavored ones because it's a special anniversary. Like, no!
Yes. Next, we have rides. Mm-hmm. There are many a ride that you can go on at the state fair. The big ticket rides. Mm-hmm. Big rides. Mm-hmm. Are the giant slide. Mm-hmm. It is over 50 years old. This giant slide has been at the state fair for over 50 years. And it is 200 feet tall.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me.
No.
That's terrifying.
The kid in the picture looks like they're having fun.
I would not. That's probably like the first 20 feet where they're having fun, and then they're like,
maybe it's
when
the
is
bottom.
It gonna end?
Maybe it's the bottom where they're like, oh my god, the ground! I'm so happy to see you.
Crying with joy.
The Wonder Fair Wheel. You and 5 friends can take a 10-minute trip on America's largest traveling Ferris wheel.
Traveling. I don't trust traveling rides. If it can go on a truck and be assembled in less than a day,
Maybe it can be only assembled in 2 days. You don't know.
That might make me feel a little better, but...
But yes, we have 6-person gondolas.
See, okay, the ones that I go to, they only fit 2 people, so that is cuckoo.
It is 15 stories tall.
Oh, God, it's shorter than the slide.
Is it?
Is the slide 200 feet
yes.
long or 200 feet high?
Tall.
Sorry, that was a horrible noise that just came out of me. Oh my God.
I trust this Ferris wheel.
Okay.
What I don't trust is those swing rides that go in a circle.
Yeah.
I think when I went to the state fair, it malfunctioned.
Oh.
I was not on it, but the people that were sitting there for a while.
Yeah, and you were like, no.
Yeah.
Not touching that.
There are 36 enclosed gondolas on the Wonder Fair wheel.
They said it's a 10-minute ride.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And you, when you are on the Wonder Fair wheel, will have breathtaking views of the city because you can see for up to 10 miles.
Holy shit. Except for that slide that's in the way. I want to see behind that.
Well, I mean...
That's nuts.
I want to go on this Ferris wheel.
Okay, you can go. You tell me what it's like on the top.
Yeah.
I'll be peeing my pants at the bottom.
Next, we have the ejection seat.
Nope.
It's a 100-foot slingshot.
That is 100% a no from me. Every single one of those feet is a no.
Me too. I've never been into those.
But it's mobile too, isn't it?
Probably. And they all are. You know, I don't think anything lives there. It's fair. The Sky Glider. Well, actually, this might live there. I don't know.
You think they set that up every year?
Yeah. I don't know. But it's the gondola thing that goes over the entire fair. You know, or not the entire, but goes... Yeah, it'll get you from point A to point B faster than walking.
What are those things called at the... Like a ski lift, but enclosed. Mm-hmm. I hope. They don't just put a bar on your lap?
You have a bar on your lap. But you know you do have a bird's eye view of the Wisconsin State Fair. Sponsored by Quick Trip.
Oh, it's gotta be good. If it's sponsored by Quick Trip. Also, I think we're just learning that I do not like heights. I think that's all that we're learning. I'll be at the stages. I'll be eating the, like, sporky and drinky food, but I will not be on any of that. Not any of that.
Well, if you don't want to go on rides, let's go over to the egg barns.
Yeah! I want to see me a cow.
We've got the Coliseum, which is the main show ring for cows and horses.
Okay.
We've got the cattle barns. There are 4 of them.
Okay.
I believe it was 1,600 heads of cattle. 1,100 dairy and 500 beef. Are housed at the Wisconsin State Fair.
Holy crap, for the full 11 days.
For the 11 days.
Wow.
Yep. The lower cattle barn was built in 1907, and it is one of the oldest buildings at the Wisconsin State Fair Park. The livestock horse barn is 2 stories tall.
What?
Yeah. I'm not sure what that means.
I don't know either. Do they make the horses walk up the stairs? Or is it just like a tall building with 1 floor?
That is what I keep waffling on. And I'm like, is it does it just have a high ceiling, or is it 2 levels? I don't know.
Well, we'll have to go then, I guess.
Yeah.
For science.
For science. And this is where you will find the milking parlor.
Okay. I'm going there, I guess.
There is the poultry and rabbit palace, the sheep and goat barn, and the swine and goat barn. There are also many opportunities to experience agriculture. There's the Camp of Champions. Starting Friday, August 9th, you will be able to stop by the south end of the lower cattle barn to see the Camp of Champions. This exhibit features all of the Grand Champion Drive winners that were auctioned off in the Governor's Blue Ribbon Livestock Auction.
Okay,
held
so those are
on
the winners.
August 7th. Yes. So the animals that win at the Grand Champion Drive will be here from August 9th to the end of the fair. We've got the Case IH tractor display. We've got the Compier Financial Discovery Barnyard, Dairy Lane, and Neighborhood Corral.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it.
You bet I clicked on the Neighborhood Corral.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, there is Abby's Alcove featuring Abby the Appaloosa.
Oh my god, I love her.
Which is, you can enjoy. There are games and activities in this section.
Okay.
For,
it's more of like a
sensory-friendly activities. Yeah. Yes.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. But we also, there's also like other horsey activities happening there. We also have art displays. The Cow Temporary Art Walk, Fairtastic Poster Competition, Plein Air at the Fair, and the prize-winning exhibits.
Very nice.
And those are just a few of the things that you can see at the Wisconsin State Fair.
There's a long list, Cydel. You're gonna need 11 days.
Yeah. Honestly, we could have a podcast about the Wisconsin State Fair.
Oh, yeah. History and everything. If we just recorded those 11 days, we could probably stretch it the whole year.
Yeah. And the State Fair Park is not closed after August 11th.
Well, like you said, it's all year. There's things happening.
The activities continue.
Mm-hmm. It's just not the State Fair itself.
Yes.
Wow. That was impressive.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel? Like your brain hurts?
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping we inspired someone to go to the State Fair, if only for the cream puffs. I think that is just something we all need to celebrate, is 100 years of the Wisconsin State Fair cream puffs.
Yeah.
Just that alone. That's gonna be my last thing that I say is all hail the cream puff.
Yeah. I think we should go to the State Fair. You're really gonna refuse to say anything else? Well, see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Cheese, a Healthy Fruit. Our cover art is by MJ Hennessey. Our theme song is by Melina Marchese. You can find her at melinamarchese.com. Follow the podcast on Instagram at cheese_a_healthy_fruit, Jade at Jade Powers with an extra S, and Cydel at Cydel Powers, spelled Cydel. If you have any questions or want to submit a story from your childhood, email us at cheeseahealthyfruit@gmail.com. Sources can be found in the show notes. You can find Cheese, a Healthy Fruit wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. Subscribe to Cheese, a Healthy Fruit, and leave us a 5-star review on your favorite podcasting app. See you next time. Bye-bye.